Hey everyone, every once in a while, a performance comes along in a show that is just so ridiculously powerful, it completely steals the spotlight from everything else. Today, we're talking about an unforgettable guest role that did exactly that. It took over the internet and left everyone completely floored. Okay, so let's just get right into it, because that's the big question, isn't it? This wasn't the main lead, it wasn't some season-long villain. It was a guest spot. So what was it about this one performance that just created this massive viral wave? Well, let's break it all down. So it all starts with the actor, Cao Jun, and his just ruthless dedication. And when I say ruthless, I'm not talking about his character just yet. I'm talking about the actor's own commitment to the craft, which began with a truly shocking physical transformation. Check this out. 15 Jin. Now, for those of you not familiar, that's about 7.5 kilos or 16.5 pounds. And get this, he lost all that weight in just half a month to get ready for this role. That is an absolutely insane level of dedication. And this really shows you why he did it. He was chasing a kind of authenticity that you just can't fake with makeup and prosthetics. The goal was to create this genuine, bone-deep frailty, a haggard look that made the character's sickness feel terrifyingly real. And here's where his performance is just brilliant: the duality. On the surface, you see this weak, fragile man, literally coughing up blood. But then you look into his eyes, and you see something else entirely. Behind that sick exterior is this sinister, unhinged gaze. The source material called it a poisoned blade, which is perfect. He can flip from gentle to terrifying in the blink of an eye. And just listen to this absolutely chilling line from the show. "Drag him away. Use clear water to wash his heart and liver." I mean, horrifying, right? But the true genius here was in the delivery. He says this with a tearful smile on his face. That mix of pain and cruelty, it's just completely heart-wrenching and impossible to forget. All right, so all of this builds up to one single scene. A scene so powerful, it literally went viral, shared millions of times. We need to talk about the moment he was left crawling, desperately, through the mud and rain. The scene just opens with pure, raw agony. The first thing you see is his back, which has been whipped so brutally, it's just a mess of blood and torn flesh. The impact is immediate, and it's visceral. Then we see his face. He's collapsed in the mud, completely covered in dirt, looking utterly broken. The image just screams that this is someone who has hit absolute rock bottom, physically destroyed, and just discarded. But, and this is the part that gives you chills, his body might be broken, he might have been thrown away like trash, but you lock onto his eyes, and there is zero surrender there. All you see is this burning, unyielding defiance. His spirit is completely intact. And you know what the craziest part is? There's not a single line of dialogue in this whole sequence. Not one. But just through his performance, you get his entire story. You feel the abandonment, you see how he's been treated as disposable, and this is his silent fight for a shred of dignity. His eyes are screaming that question for him. Why should I be the one to rot here? It's just a masterclass in telling a story without words. And that was pretty much everyone's reaction. People were watching this clip over and over, just completely captivated. It's the kind of raw, emotional acting that just connects with you on a human level. I mean, honestly, who wouldn't be moved by that? Now, this incredible performance also tapped into a very specific and very popular character type. To really get why everyone was so obsessed, we gotta talk about something called the Bingjiao aesthetic. So what is it? Well, at its core, the Bingjiao aesthetic is all about that captivating contrast. It's a character who looks physically weak. Maybe they're sickly or delicate on the outside, but hiding right underneath is this deeply disturbed, obsessive, totally unhinged personality. It's the allure of the beautiful but broken. And this is the key to why we connect so deeply with these characters. He's not just a simple villain. His darkness, that unhinged part of him, is shown to be a direct result of his trauma, of being abandoned and broken by the world. He wasn't born this way. He was made this way. And that backstory just creates so much empathy. You can totally see this complexity in how the audience reacted. It's this fascinating mix of feelings. A huge part is pity for what he went through, but there's also love for his intensity, a healthy dose of fear, and a deep sense of compassion. A truly great performance makes you feel all of those things at once. So this massive reaction from fans started to evolve. It went from simply appreciating the character to something more. It became a collective call to action for the actor who brought him to life. And here's where the story gets really cool. People's emotional investment shifted from the fictional character to the real-life actor. They felt this heartbreak for Cao Jun, recognizing the incredible talent he poured into a temporary role and wanting to see him get the recognition he deserved. This feeling got so big that this exact hashtag started trending. It was a direct plea from viewers straight to the industry. They were basically shouting, "We see this incredible skill. Please give this actor a leading role, a better story, something worthy of this level of performance." And in the end, it all just boils down to this simple, powerful idea. The physical transformation, the emotional depth, the ability to convey an entire universe of pain without a single word. This is what audiences are starving for. This is what a great actor should be, full stop. So we'll end with this thought to chew on. In a sea of content, in a totally crowded industry, Cao Jun's talent broke through in just a few minutes of screen time. It really makes you wonder, what does it take for true dedication and skill to finally get the spotlight it deserves? Something to think about. Thanks for joining this explainer.